Hello, welcome back to our channel. Today, I would like to speak about a question that many of us may currently have. It is referred to the usage of artificial intelligence and its capabilities to replace human labor, workforce. I've currently joined a discussion in which it was analyzed what kind of jobs might be replaced by AI, especially by ChatGPT. And what it was said is that currently, up to this point, AI cannot move atoms. So basically, everybody who is constructing buildings, for example, should be safe for the moment. Contrary, jobs, professionals like lawyers, consultants, tax advisors, and maybe coaches and mentors could be replaced by AI. So I was just wondering to what extent this is something we could recommend you, our clients, to try out, try to be coached or mentored by ChatGPT or other AI-based tools. And yesterday happened something interesting that I would like to explain to you, and this is why Stephan Arnold is here with me today. He represents our sister company, the Simplex Digital, just based on Mallorca. And he came up with a discussion point yesterday evening that I thought is also valuable to show to you. First of all, welcome, Stephan, and maybe explain in your words what your question and your finding was yesterday evening, and then let's have a discussion about that.
Hi, Marco. It's nice to be here. As you know, we try out different things with Simplex Digital and ChatGPT, and we try to see where AI moves us. I'm currently preparing for a marathon here in Mallorca in October, and I was always looking for plans on how to train for the marathon. If you look online, you see a lot of different training schedules which tell you 12 weeks, how to move forward from there. I still have 19 or 20 weeks to go. So therefore I said, I want to have a plan at the starting point, which is now till the running date, basically in October. ChatGPT is like quite fast. Also, if you say to put that in a table where you say the days, you have to like specify quite deeply what you have to do, and then it writes stuff down. Mostly it stops after like 3 or 4 weeks. Then you have to regenerate, and you also have to tell them that they put everything in this table, and they tell you exactly what to do. Looking at the training schedule or the training plan which ChatGPT provided, I think it's quite good if you want to run the marathon like for the first time, to fill your basic needs, that you have a plan which is scheduled every day, and that you can move forward with them with like the motivation when you have the running distance scheduled, like the different zones, like how high should your pulsation or your heart rate be, and also different like interval sprints and longer runs are included in there. If you want to look like on a deeper level, like the experience of a few runners that are out there, I think you can always like improve the schedule. For starting basic needs, it's quite good to have everything scheduled out, and to have something where you started, it's quite good. But I think that's often the case also if you're looking, we discussed like coaches, is like the coach's benefit really that he provides you a plan how you should train, or is it like a plan then to your specific needs? A plan to the specific needs, like needs and analysis, maybe running analysis to see how fast you can run, what your goal is, maybe how you're eating, how you're sleeping, and stuff like that. This is something AI cannot provide currently. It provides like a plan, one size fits all, and it also has like the problem which says it doesn't look for accountability. currently. If you integrate something with AI, then afterwards, or APIs into your system, then you can look for accountability, that they give you a ring, but you don't have like the partner who shows up in the morning and says, let's go out for running, we scheduled to run today, or who looks at your results afterwards. You would always have to talk to the AI, and it's not intelligent. It's like putting one word closest to the other, and it's looking like what is like similar, and which is the data they have learned. Currently, they're for at least ChatGPT is not thinking itself. Maybe we are moving in the next 3, 4, 5 years towards it, but I think for basic creation, it's quite good currently. And moving forward with the plan, I still have to do it myself. I still have to be accountable for my actions, or I would have to contract a coach to see that he or she holds me accountable.
And one important thing, you still have to run yourself. So the execution is something you have to do on your own. Otherwise, you will never reach the goal, except in a most likely horrible time. What I find interesting is what you did after you obtained the ChatGPT generated marathon training plan was what? What did you do with the plan?
Well, at first it created a plan for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then it's just like move up the time, the kilometers and stuff like that. It did not give me the whole table, so I had to interfere and give me the whole table, and then it gave me the whole table. Afterwards, I talked to you, who is like also experienced in running, and says, what do you think about this training plan, this running schedule? You said for basic needs, quite good. I would do maybe some more sprints, max sprints and stuff like that. This is like information which ChatGPT does not hand over to you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It cannot be tailor-made for your specific case, for your physiology, for your biorhythm. It is something that shows the way ChatGPT functions. That is creating the most logical word as a response to your question or to your prompting. And then it keeps on creating the next logical words until it has a complete answer. What it cannot do, as you just said, it cannot think, or let's rephrase it, it doesn't know anything. There's no knowledge in there. It's all about creating the next logical word. And this is something that we need to take into consideration when using these AI tools. And if I apply this to coaching, of course, it can apply certain standard methodologies and guide you through this. What it cannot do is to interpret it in the right way for your specific needs. And it can surely cannot replace the magic between two human beings, the chemistry. This is something that AI cannot replace yet. We know it's learning fast, so I don't know what to expect in the future, but from the basic principle, we know it's functioning today. From my point of view, it cannot replace a good coach, and this is true for almost all areas, whether it's a life coach, business coach, performance coach, sports coach, fitness coach, health coach, and so on, because this human factor is not replaceable at the moment. And yeah.
Yeah, I also believe maybe a coach for starters, information is more than enough out there. If you're looking at different topics, reading different books, then you can grab like so much information, and that you see the problem why most people don't perform as they want to is not because it's not simple, because like concepts are mostly simple, and the most simple complex concepts are mostly the best. But it's hard to keep discipline, hard to move forward every day, hard to wake up when you're tired. I think like one of my favorite books is like David Goggins, who said, it's 5 a.m, you don't want to wake up, you don't want to go outside, it's raining, and you know your training plan says you have to train, but you just don't want to get up. And that is something which no plan tells you. No plan will move you out of bed like wake up. If not, someday your bed is connected to AI and just like says you're not able to sleep anymore because you're in bed. But I think these is like topics where coaches come into play, because the coach shows up, like as a running coach shows up at 5:30 in the morning at your door and rings the bell and says, let's go outside. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care what you did. And I think this is like the benefit of also the coaches, like to keep you accountability, to dig deeper, to dig also into human relations, because like the what I mostly know is like discipline. There's like a good quote: discipline equals freedom, and discipline kicks motivation's butt every time. Because when you're disciplined, you just move forward. And how many people know that they say 31st of December or 1st of January, I will go to the gym. I go to the gym 1st of January, 3rd, 5th, maybe 7th.
Monday.
This second week I go 2 times, and third week I don't go anymore for the rest of the year. And I paid like basically for the 6 days I went. Yeah. And these are like, I think, stuff of the coaching which AI currently cannot replace, and which might also be difficult. Yeah. To move back, afterwards, I used ChatGPT for a different topic where I tried to put a lot of text in there, and I wanted to create a table like with all the text that they say, what is it at the beginning, the header, and then afterwards the description. The problem is the text was like 6 or 7 pages long. It was clear what was the description, the description, the text of the description, the header, and also the category which I wanted to move it forward. It created like 3 or 4 lines, and then it stopped because like was too much text to process currently. Afterwards, when I started to get back like the next 3 lines, it created fine. When I asked for the next lines, it started inventing stuff, inventing headers, inventing text. And I said, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I need. And I said, I am from 2021. I don't have the information which is needed. And I said, I provided you all the information. And it kept making mistake after mistake, which after like
ChatGPT.
Yeah, I was discussing with ChatGPT currently. I said, I gave you all the information. All the information is above. Please create this, and this. And it says, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make it better and stuff like that. But it like kept outputting wrong information. And therefore, if you have a lot of information, it's currently quite difficult to process. I think these are topics due to processing power, because AI needs, or machine learning, or however you want to call it, needs a lot of processing power. And if the tasks are easy, usually it understands and can give you also a quick summary. When it goes deeper and into complex matter, it currently does not understand it, but that's normal. I heard a podcast recently which said ChatGPT currently has like an IQ equal of a human of 155, when Einstein was 160. So it's like close to Einstein. But like everybody has like their specialties. So therefore, I think it knows a lot. I can give you a lot of information, but you have to look deeply and also verify some information, because sometimes it's just like does respond in hypothetical ways and stuff like that. If you want to create easy content at the beginning, they write something for you, it's quite good, or for drafting stuff. But if you want to go into complex matter, it cannot do it as detailed as wanted yet, but I'm sure it won't take that much time moving forward that it will be able to do that.
Yeah, I agree. Since it's learning so fast that at the moment, maybe it has a high intelligence quotient, but the question is also, will it ever be able to have something like any or a high emotional quotient? And there's more to it when it comes to positive intelligence principles and much further. We don't know what will happen. I think it's a very important technology. It's super important. It can be quite an enrichment for humanity, it's also quite dangerous. It will certainly require all of us to adopt. We don't know what the future will bring, but for managing and succeeding in personal and professional change, this is where good coaches and mentors comes into play. And this is something basically that makes me hope for a brilliant future as well. If you out there are looking for the guy who set up, in terms of drove angry ChatGPT, who really messed up with ChatGPT and killed ChatGPT, I think it's you, Stephan, with your prompting from last evening, where you basically killed the answer text of ChatGPT. Thank you so much for being here today and gaining us some, allowing us some insights of your personal experience with ChatGPT and putting this in the context of the questions to what extent ChatGPT and AI-based tools can replace human work today. And last words, as always, are yours. I say thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you, Marco. Bye-bye.